Hello everyone, grade 9 students. Today's topic will be the start of chapter 2 ng first quarter, which is the quadratic function. Specifically, lesson 10 na tayo, Introduction to Quadratic Function. So in here, we'll show you the definition of quadratic functions and yung dalawang forms niya, yung general form at yung vertex form. Then later on, we will rewrite given quadratic function in general form to vertex form and vice versa. Okay, watch this video lesson until the end para mas matutunan natin siya. Okay, let's start now. Okay, by definition, a quadratic function is a second degree function of the general form f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Or if we let f of x be equal to y, pwede rin siyang y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are real numbers and a must not be equal to 0. Okay, parang definition lang ito ng quadratic equation, but sa quadratic equation kasi ang variable lang natin is x. Hindi tayo makakapag-graph. Okay, here makikita nyo dun sa general form niya meron ng y. So, di ba, every point correspond to an ordered pair of number. Meron tayong x coordinate and y coordinate. So, in here, sa quadratic function, mag-graph na natin siya. Okay. And also, yung isa pang form na tinatawag, yun yung standard form or yung vertex form. The vertex form is y equals to a times the quantity of x minus h quantity squared plus k. Wherein yung h tsaka k daw are the coordinates of the vertex. Okay, kasi ang graph natin dito is called the parabola. So, makikita nyo, the parabola opens upward. Yung vertex niya nasa lowest point or minimum point. Okay, so yun yung coordinates ng vertex, h, k. Kung opening downward naman, yung vertex niya is at the top or nasa maximum point siya. Ganun pa rin, coordinates niya, hk. So, makikita natin yung coordinates ng vertex kapag ang given na quadratic function ay naka-vertex form. Sa general form naman, na makikita natin doon yung y-intercept, which is the value of c. Okay, so as we go on with the lesson, malalaman nyo kung ano yung y-intercept and coordinates of the vertex. Okay, paano ba magre-write ng isang general form to vertex form or standard form? Di ba ang general form natin is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, or yung f of x equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. Rewriting that to standard form or vertex form na y is equal to a times the quantity of x minus h quantity squared plus k. Meron tayong formula since sa general form kasi makukuha mo yung values ng a, b, and c. Diba? Makikita mo siya, a, b, and c, quadratic term, linear term, constant term, nandun yung a, b, c. Okay, so may formula tayo to find h or yung x coordinate natin sa vertex. So ang formula niya will be h is equal to negative b over 2a. While ang formula naman sa k, ang k natin is equal to 4ac minus b squared all over 4a. So, pag nakuha na natin yan, plug in lang natin siya dun sa vertex form, dun sa formula na yon sa taas. And then, nandun na yung vertex form natin. Okay, so, let us have some examples para mas maintindihan nyo pa. Okay, so rewrite the following quadratic function to vertex form and find the coordinates of the vertex. Okay, so number 1, given natin dito is y equals negative x squared minus 2x plus 3. So, ito ay naka-general form. Kung tatanungin nyo ako kung ano yung y-intercept dyan, since ang c natin is 3, yun ang y-intercept. Okay, so, convert daw natin yan to vertex form. So, solution, ang value ng a natin is negative 1. Makikita yan dun sa quadratic term. And then, yung b natin is negative 2 na makikita naman dun sa linear term. And then, yung c is 3. So, we have the formula from h is equal to negative b over 2a. Substitute lang natin. We have now h is equal to negative Ang b natin is negative 2. Then, we have 2 times a, which is negative 1. So, simplify mo. We have now, multiply mo yung negative outside, tsaka yung negative 2 sa numerator. We have 2. Okay, assume mo lagi na yung negative outside is negative 1. And then, sa denominator naman, we have negative 2. So, ang value ng h natin will be negative 1. Okay? So, sana nakakasunod tayo, na? Then, for k naman, k is equal to 4ac minus b squared all over 4a. Ganun pa rin, isa-substitute lang natin yung mga given. Daan-daanin natin. So, k is equal to 4 muna, times a, which is negative 1, times c, which is 3, minus b squared, yung negative 2. So, negative 2 squared. And then, we have now 4 times a, which is 4 times negative 1. Yun yung nasa denominator. Simplify natin muna yung nasa numerator. 4 times negative 1 times 3 will give us negative 12. Minus pa rin muna. Then, negative 2 squared will be 4. And then, all over, 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Okay, negative 12 minus 4 is the same as negative 16. Okay, so mag-copy change ka kung nahihirapan ka sa subtraction ng integers, no? And then, denominator will still be the same, negative 4 muna. I-divide natin siya, negative 16 divided by negative 4. Makikita niya, makakancel na yung negative symbol. So, k now will be 4. Okay, now we know the value of h and k, which is negative 1 and 4. Pwede na natin siyang i-plug in dun sa vertex form. Okay, so y equals to a, quantity of x minus h, quantity squared plus k. So, y now is equal to a, which is negative 1. Hindi na natin isusulat yung 1. Tapos, quantity of x minus, yung h natin is negative 1. So, lagay natin negative 1. Quantity squared plus k, which is 4. So, plus 4. Kung sakaling naging negative yung k, so minus 4 yan. Okay, so simplify natin yung nasa loob ng bracket. So, y now is equal to negative times the quantity of x plus 1, quantity squared plus 4. Yan na ngayon yung ating vertex form. Okay, so yung coordinates naman ng vertex, which is hk, ayan na, nakabox na kulay blue. So, negative 1, 4. Yan ang ating coordinates ng vertex. Okay, so sana nakakasunod tayo, no? So, mag-ingat lang tayo sa value ng h, kasi pag negative yung h, makikita nyo doon sa vertex form, yung square of binomial nagiging positive siya. Di ba nakita nyo, x plus 1. Okay, naging plus siya kasi yung h natin is negative. Okay? Let's go to example number 2. Given natin is y equals to 2x squared minus 4x plus 5. So, naka-general form siya. Ang ating y-intercept dyan, yung value ng c, which is 5. Okay? So, solution, identify muna natin yung a, b, c. Yung a is equal to 2 na makikita dun sa quadratic term. Yung b natin is negative 4 na makikita naman sa linear term. Yung c is equal to 5. Yan yung ating y-intercept. Okay, so from the same formula that we used earlier, so h is equal to negative b over 2a. Substitute lang natin yung mga given na yan. We have now h is equal to negative. Negative ang ating b, which is negative 4. So, 2, ang a natin is also 2. Simplify natin. Negative times negative 4 will be positive 4 na. And then, yung denominator natin is also 4. So, 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. So, ang h natin now will be 1. And then, we have now the formula for solving k. K is equal to 4ac minus b squared all over 4a. Ganun pa rin, substitute lang natin yung mga given, makukuha natin yung k na yan. So, 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is 5, minus Yung b natin is negative 4. So, negative 4 squared all over 4 times a, which is 2. So, simplifying more, simplify muna natin yung numerator. Multiply mo yung 4 sa 2 tsaka sa 5. And that will be 40. Minus pa rin muna. Negative 4 squared is positive 16. So, 40 minus 16. And then, ang denominator natin will be 4 times 2 will be 8. Simplify muna natin uli yung numerator. 40 minus 16 will be, give us 24 divided by 8. And k now will be 3. So, now we know the value of h and k, which is 1 and 3. I-plug in na natin siya dun sa formula ng vertex form, which is y equals a quantity of x minus h quantity squared plus k. So, dahan-dahanin natin. Y, ang a natin ay 2. Lagay natin 2. X minus, ang h natin dito positive 1. So, ilagay mo lang 1. Then, quantity squared plus k. So, plus 3. So, yan na ngayon yung ating vertex form. So, tignan nyo yung square of binomial, di ba? Quantity of x minus 1 quantity squared. So, ibig sabihin nun, kaya siya minus, ibig sabihin nun, ang h natin is positive. So, coordinates ng vertex natin dito, nasolve na rin naman natin kanina, yung mga naka-blue boxes. So, 1 and 3. 1, 3. Okay, so, ganyan mag-convert ng general form to vertex form. You just use the formula for finding h, substitute mo lang yung value ng ABC, and then ganun din sa k, gamitin mo lang yung formula na nakasulat dyan sa baba. Okay, so punta naman tayo dun sa ang given ay vertex form, papunta namang i-rewrite natin papuntang general form. Okay, so we have now the vertex form to general form. So, yan yung formula natin, di ba? Y equals a quantity of x minus h quantity squared plus k. So, ang gagawin mo lang muna is to get the product of the square of binomial. Okay, so then, pagkatapos mo makuha yung product na yon, i-multiply mo siya sa a. Then, pag nakuha mo na pag na-multiply mo na siya sa a, i-add mo yung constant na k dun sa constant na makukuha mo dun sa product ng a tsaka ng quantity of x minus h, quantity squared. So, ganito na ang kakalabasan yan. Yung general form na y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? So, sulat natin yung mga steps. Step 1 is get the product of the square of binomial. Then, ayan siya, di ba? Yan yung formula natin. So, quantity of a plus b quantity squared is equal to a squared plus twice the first and the second plus square of the last term. Kung minus naman yan, edi square of the first term minus twice the first term and the last term plus square of the last term. Okay, sundan lang natin yung formula na yan para sa product ng square of binomial, which is a perfect square trinomial. Okay, pagkatapos mo makuha yung product na yan, multiply the value of a to the product you obtain in step 1. And then, add k to the constant term to get c. Okay, so ganun lang. Ganun lang yan. 3 steps lang para ma-convert mo to vertex form to general form. Okay, so let us have some examples para mas maintindihan nyo. Rewrite the following to general form. Okay, so number 1, y is equal to negative times the quantity of x plus 2 quantity squared. So, ito, naka-vertex form to kasi meron ako nakitang square of binomial. So, automatic yun. Ang k natin dito is 0, plus 0 yan. Hindi lang natin siya nakikita. Okay, ganun pa rin. Gawin natin yung step 1. Sulat mo muna na y equals to negative. Tapos, kunin mo yung product ng square of binomial. So, we have x squared plus 2 times x times 2. square of the first term plus twice the first and the last term plus square of the last term. Simplify muna natin yung nasa loob ng bracket. So, y equals to negative times the quantity of x squared. Multiply mo yan. 2 times x times 2 will be plus 4x. And then, kunin mo yung square nun. So, 2 squared will be 4. So, plus 4. So, nakikita niya may negative 1 outside the parenthesis. So, gagawin mo lang, multiply that. So, di ba yun yung product? Tapos, multiply mo sa a. Ang a natin dito ay negative 1. So, y now is equal to negative x squared. Tapos, yung pangalawang term naman, negative 1 times 4x will be negative 4x. And then, yung last term, negative 1 times 4 will be negative 4. So, ayan na ngayon yung ating general form. Ang ating y-intercept dyan is negative 4. Okay, so punta tayo sa example number 2. Okay, so 2y is equal to 2 times the quantity of x minus 3 quantity squared plus 1. Ang coordinates ng vertex natin dito will be 3, 1. Okay, so solution. Okay, kunin muna natin yung product ng ating square of binomial. Sulat mo muna yung 2. So, quantity of x squared, square of the first term, minus twice the first term and the last term, plus square of the last term. And then, after the bracket, meron ka pang plus 1 outside. Okay, so now, simplify pa rin natin yung nasa loob ng bracket. So, y equals to 2. So, x squared. Okay, multiply mo yan. 2 times x times 3. So, 6x. So, minus 6x plus 9. Tapos, meron kang plus 1 pa. Then, multiply natin ngayon isa-isa yung a dun sa product na nakuha natin. So, y now is equal to 2x squared minus negative 6x times 2 will be negative 12x. And then, 9 times 2 will be 18. And then, may plus 1 pa tayo. Which is, i-add pa natin dun sa 18 para makuha natin yung c. Now, final answer natin, y equals to 2x squared minus 12x plus 19. Okay, ang y-intercept natin yung value ng c, which is 19. Okay, so sana nakasunod tayo, no? Let's go now to example number 3. So, y is equal to quantity of x plus 5 quantity squared minus 21. Ang a natin dito is 1, hindi lang sinulat, no? Then, ang coordinates ng vertex natin dito is negative 5 and negative 21, yung HK natin. So, convert daw natin yan to general form para makuha natin yung y-intercept. So, y is, kunin na natin yung product ng square of binomial. Since a naman natin is 1, kung ano yung product, yun na rin. And then, ima-minus na lang natin yung 21 dun sa constant term. So, square of the first term plus twice the first term and the last term plus square of the last term. And then, after the bracket, minus 21 pa rin. So, y, simplify natin yung nasa loob ng bracket, x squared. So, that will be 2 times x times 5 will be 10x. And then, yung 5 squared will be 25. And then, i-plug in natin yung minus pa rin, minus 21. So, isubtract natin yung 21 dun sa 25 para makuha natin yung sagot na yan. So, y is equal to x squared plus 10x plus 4. Yan yung ating general form na makikita natin dyan yung y-intercept which is 4. Okay, sir, meron bang instances na yung given na quadratic function na general form, nakasulat sa general form, is also the same as the vertex form? So, tignan natin. Okay, take note of this. If the given quadratic function has no linear term, then the general form is also the vertex form. So, kung ano yung general form, yun na rin yung vertex form. Wala siyang linear term kapag walang linear term. And take note of this, kapag wala siyang linear term, automatic yun, yung h natin will be 0, and the value of c, and the value of k is also equal to c. Okay, so ano ba yung bakit naging 0 yung ating h? Di ba ang formula natin sa h is equal to negative b over 2a. Kung wala siyang linear term, so ang automatic yun, ang b natin is equal to 0. So kung gagamitin mo yung formula ng h, so magiging 0 yung numerator mo. So 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. That is why yung h natin is 0. Okay, so ito yung mga examples. Ayan. Y is equal to x squared. So, ang h natin dyan ay 0. So, ang k din natin is also 0. So, makikita natin yung vertex niyan sa origin. 0, 0 ang kanyang coordinates. Ayan. Naka-vertex form yan at the same time. General form din kasi wala siyang linear term. Another one, f of x naman ang ginamit ngayon. Huwag kayong malilito, pareho lang yan. F of x is equal to x squared plus 6. As you can see, general form siya pag unang tingin. Pero, makikita mo wala siyang linear term. Therefore, yung vertex form natin is the same as general form. Yung h natin dyan ay 0. And then yung k, yun yung value ng c, which is 6. So, coordinates ng vertex natin dyan will be 0, 6. Okay, yan na rin yung ating vertex form. Kasi nga, wala siyang linear term. Another example, parang dun sa una lang yan. Y is equal to negative 2x squared. So, wala na naman siyang linear term. Therefore, yung h natin ay 0. Wala ka namang nakikitang constant na inad. So, ang k natin dyan is also 0. So, yan ang hk natin. 0, 0, which is at the origin uli. Another one, so y is equal to negative 2x squared minus 2. So, wala na naman siyang linear term. So, pag unang tingin, general form yan. And also, naka-vertex form din yan dahil wala nga siyang linear term. So, ang h natin dyan will be 0 uli. Tapos, yung k natin is negative 2. So, yan ang coordinates ng ating vertex hk. Okay, so sana naintindihan nyo itong note na to. And then, next lesson natin will be how to describe the graph of quadratic function na pinakilala ko na sa inyo, which is parabola. Okay, so sana may natutunan tayo sa video lesson na to. Okay, God bless everyone. Thank you.